Push to get this farm just crack-a-lacking.
Yeah, good morning guys and welcome. Title of the video, I'm no guru and I'm not arrogant. So says the Bohovel Bum, Brian Granville Smith. And if you haven't already guessed, we are going to be covering Boss Hogg's latest live stream. And he's still making out it is a members only live stream. But before we start guys, I just want to say this because it's quite relevant for this video. When I listen to Boss Hogg, he sounds like a politician, and we all know what politicians are like. They have a way with words. They can never give you a straight answer, and of course when they're caught out in a lie, they've always got an answer for that as well, and they'll end up blaming someone else. It was someone else's fault. But I'm going to start off by showing you a clip, and he covered a lot in this live stream, but I think the best place to start would be the Crayfish. So I want you to take a look at this first clip. Listen to the clown.
4 or 5 days ago, I did do some investigation on Facebook Marketplace and got some prices. And the prices for breeding trios, quads, whatever, has come down a little bit. Amazingly enough, go figure, the price per kilo has gone up. So we're probably going to be marketing breeding trios for like 400 pesos.
Did he say 400 pesos there for a breeding trio? The thing is, 2 weeks ago, Brian, what you specifically said was that you had lost 100,000 pesos in those crayfish tanks, and a breeding trio was 2,500 pesos. And here you are telling everyone that in reality they are 400 pesos for a breeding trio. I bet you that was a bit of humble pie that you had to swallow there, Brian, because we called you out on it. But guys, he's not finished yet. Mr. Liar, the politician, Brian Granville Smith, has more bullshit to tell you. Listen to this crap.
Anyway, the crayfish, so they're considered an endangered, an invasive species, and this is what I was told by Beef Farm. Anyone can have them. You're supposed to take measures so that they stay contained in whatever facility you have, so that they don't escape and get into the wild, right? And I can only imagine the trouble that you would have to go through to make it happen. But you need a special import-export license to ship them between the islands in the Philippines, because they're an invasive species. So, and I don't have such a license, so I would only be selling on the whole.
So there he is, guys. He's talking about exporting the crayfish and how you need a license, and he hasn't got one. So he's only going to be selling them on the island of Bohol. You need a license because they are an invasive species. And Boss Hogg does not understand anything about an invasive species. So there is another clip that I want you to listen to, and listen to Bossog the guru, listen to his solution to this invasive species.
You know, the crayfish are, you know, they're everywhere in the southeastern United States, and there were, you know, they're all over the United States, and they are prolific little creatures. Now, as an invasive species, I don't know exactly what they would be competing against, what they would, how they would affect an ecosystem, what they would in effect push out. Were they there? I think it would be a great advantage to the Philippines to have crayfish everywhere like they are in the United States, because if they were in a rice field, and that rice field was drained after harvest, you know, your average little rice paddy here could have a couple, 3 kilos of crayfish in it. Food.
So he doesn't know what effect an invasive species will have on the Philippines. And if it was down to him, he'd flood the Philippines with crayfish. Well, any indigenous creature or critter from the Philippines living in any pond or any river would suffer. That's why they are called invasive. They're not natural to that country. So to sit there and say that it would be a win-win to have crayfish all over the Philippines is absolute nonsense. You did say if they got into a rice field and that rice field was drained after it was harvested, there could be a couple of kilos of crayfish. Well, what about if the crayfish are that prolific they damage the rice crop? You didn't think of that, did you, Brian? That's why scientists think of that. They know what an invasive species is all about. So stick to the e-begging. Anyway, guys, he's not finished. Listen to this bullshit.
Anybody out there in YouTube land watching who wants to join in on the membership level, feel free to do so, and it's much appreciated. I have set these live streams up to where really only members can participate as a perk. All right, guys. So either I've got a lot of trolls watching, or everyone else are just lazy bastards. So I've got 47 people watching and only 20 thumbs up. Everyone else are just lazy bastards.
So there he is again, guys. You heard him. Boys and girls, if you want to be a member, it's much appreciated. And the live streams are a perk. And in the next breath, he turns around and said, I've either got 40 odd trolls watching, because I've only got 20 thumbs up, and you're all lady bar stewards. So if you've got 40 trolls watching, it's public, Brian. What don't you understand? The con man from the Bahovel keeps contradicting himself, lying and conning people. But he's not finished yet, guys. I've got another clip for you. Listen to the clown.
Mr. and Mrs. Warren, It truly is crazy how much you have done there, Brian. Chickens, pigs, shrimp, bangus, tilapia, crayfish, tons of fruit and veggies. Very impressive. I can't wait to see what you try next. Uh, yeah, it's, now that you listed all out, yeah, I've had my finger in a lot of pies. Mistakes made, lessons learned, things out of my control. It's been quite the journey. Fair enough. I try my best, and I am forthcoming with so much on this channel of the good and the bad. It's not just about trying to portray myself as a know-it-all guru.
So there you are, guys. Mr. Wong listing everything that Boss Hog, the guru, has done, and he's wondering what Boss Hog is going to get into next. Boss Hog did reply and say that it's been quite the journey. He says mistakes, lessons learned. Well, you haven't learned much, have you, Brian? Because everything failed. It's all about failure. You keep making these mistakes. He then went on to say that I've never portrayed myself as a know-it-all guru. Well, I beg to differ there, Brian, because that's exactly what you do. You are arrogant. You are an absolute swamp turd who thinks he knows everything, but you know nothing. And that is why you keep failing, because your arrogance will not allow you to learn. Your ego will not allow you to take any kind of advice from anyone. But it's not finished yet, guys. Listen to this bullshit from the clown.
John Thayers, you are a humble man, and that is why I like you. Well, I try not to be, look, I know what I know. And to some people that might come across as arrogance. So I know what I know. And if that, to some people that might come across as me being arrogant, I don't care. It is what it is.
Well, Brian, we know what we know, and what we know is that you are one arrogant fool. John is trying to say you're humble. There's nothing humble about you whatsoever. And in denying your arrogance, you then turn around and say, if they think I'm arrogant, I don't care. That is arrogance, Brian. You don't know the meaning of the word. You are an absolute clown. But guys, he's not finished yet. Listen to the Bahaval Bum.
Because when, not if, but when this farm gets 100% turned around and starts making a sizable profit, then it's on to the restaurant. And should this farm not become profitable, however, if I just cannot make it work, we'll put this place up for sale and bail.
So there you heard him, guys. After 7 years, he's still sitting there hoping and praying for profit. If we get this farm turned around, he says, and start making profit, all well and good. If we can't make a success of this farm, we'll bail. We'll sell up and we'll bail out. Well, Brian, let me just say this to you, because everything you've ever done has failed. And if you were a legitimate business or a legitimate farmer, you would have gone into liquidation many years ago, because you are treading water. You are never ever going to make any profit. It's simple as that. You are not a farmer. So guys, from his lies about the crayfish to his lies about his members only live streams, to the fact that here he is talking about, I'm not arrogant, I'm not a guru, I'm not a know-it-all, and if I can't make it work, can't make a profit, we're going to sell up. This is someone who just rinses and repeats, and this video proves it. There was so much content in his live stream for us that quite possibly we will have to do a part 2. But till the next time, guys, bye for now.
Final push to get this farm, this crack-a-lacking.